زها حديد، مساء الخير واهلا وسهلا فيك. بيسعدني التقي فيك. الحقيقه كانت الحلقه معده ومجهزه باللغه العربيه، لكنك فضلتي الحوار بالانجليزيه. رح ارضخ طبعا لطلبك، وعلى شاشه صغيره رح نشوف الترجمه الفوريه. زها حديد, every time they mention your name, the expression Iraqi born architect is also mentioned.
Yeah, it's always bothered me.
How do you explain it?
It's always bothered me. I mean, I think they don't know whether. No, I think they don't. It's ambiguous whether I'm Iraqi or British. Whether they should say I'm British architect or Iraqi architect. So Iraqi born is safe thing.
But what do you consider yourself to be?
I'm an Arab. I'm an Iraqi. But I live here. I mean, I can't avoid the issue that well, I can't say I'm Brit English because I'm not half English. I'm just live here. I see myself as a Londoner, really. I live in London. I've lived in London for 30 years. I see myself as a Londoner, and I enjoy living here. I also have my memories in Iraq, and I speak Arabic, and all that.
But not tonight.
Because I get, I don't know the technical terms. I've been asked many times, and I refused many interviews because they're in Arabic. Not because I can't speak it, but because I don't know the terms, and I, switch between Iraqi and Lebanese, and I sound funny. In Rome, I was mobbed when I was there for my show 6 months ago. My office people were there; they were all shocked. They couldn't believe it. I was shocked. So I really to kind of keep myself in the reality realm, I don't think about it in this way. It always surprised me. In London, you don't have any of these things. If I lived in anywhere else, it would be a constant reminder of these situations. But in London, nobody cares. It doesn't matter what you are. And that's one thing which is nice about it, is that you can carry on with life as usual.
Zaha, after 25 years in this profession, are you making real money?
No. We don't make money. You can't, it's impossible. You can't make money. It's the most ridiculous profession.
But your life standard has improved, no?
Not really.
Not really.
Marginally. It's very marginal. Don't have luxuries, really. I could, if I don't put money back in the office, I can have much better life. We make decent money, but it's not, we're not making enormous profit. First, I don't come from a wealthy family. My family was wealthy a long time ago, not when I came to England, when we were nationalized. So I don't come from a wealthy family. My father never educated us as wealthy kids because he was a heavy socialist.
But for you to go to Switzerland, for you to go to London,
of course I'm privileged. I'm not, we're not wealthy. I didn't have money here, certainly. First of all, I don't do it for my own sake. It's like going to anybody with a bit of a brain, let's say a bit of a brain, and saying you have to give everything up because the others want you to become a prostitute, so you do what the others want. That's more legitimate than being ideological.
How did you live for the first 15 years?
I taught. I was teaching here.
Was it enough for you?
No, it was all right.
Did you live with the same standard you used to?
No.
Was it hard?
I had a great time.
Did you cope easily?
Yeah.
Life has always been easy on you and with you?
No, I think that in life you don't need too much. You need friends, and you need to do what you like doing, and enjoy that. And I work very hard. I've seen the world. I've been everywhere. I can travel. I can do everything.
What about your caprices? What about your demands? What about your needs? The luxury ones?
I didn't need to have yachts and hundreds of houses and dribbling in diamonds to be happy.
But you do live as a diva.
No, I live a very modest life.
You have many excessives, you have many caprices, you're over-demanding, and you want them to be fulfilled, all those caprices. For example, when you came to Lebanon in 1997 to give those two famous conferences, they had to change your suite twice, once because of the color of the walls, and the second time was because of the bad audio sound system. Isn't that a diva behavior?
No, I had a room which I didn't like to start with.
You didn't like the color of the walls?
Well, it's nothing to do with diva. I want to be and a comfortable bed. But they also invited me to Lebanon. They did the worst thing to me. I stayed 2 days later, which I had to pay for. That's not a daily behavior, is it? They invited me to Beirut. They paid for 5 nights, but because I couldn't fly till Sunday, I had to pay for the 2 nights.
Yeah.
So don't talk about diva in this situation, you know. It wasn't worth it. I slept all the way there, gave 3 lectures. So I didn't make a big fuss about that. This is the first time I mention it, but I would like it to be on the air.
Are you happy?
What is happiness?
What is it for you?
I mean, it's a teenager's paradise, you know, happiness. People wandering around, you know.
And dreaming.
Well, no, I mean, people just like wandering around like, you know, are you happy? I mean, you know, I could be happy one day, I could be not happy the next day. You know, I mean, I'm so overwhelmed with work, and I'm always working, and I'm always in the office, and traveling, and giving lectures, and teaching, and everything. I really have very rare moments that I sit down and think, am I happy?
What about your private life, your life? You think about it?
I don't think of my private life. It's my life, you know. Private life, office life, work life, it's all intertwined. You know, it's not a compartments. You know, I think that some people, when they work from 9 to 5, they go to work, they go to 9 to 5 at home, they switch off work and they go to work, to home, and they have their family life or whatever the life they have, and they sleep and they wake up and they start with another life.
In your case?
I don't have that situation. It's all one continuous reel of film.
Do you owe anything to anybody?
Yeah, I think I owe a lot to quite a few people. I mean, I owe a great deal to my family. Both my parents were incredibly supportive, and my mother died in '83, but my father was always, they both were extremely supportive. I mean, I never, in my entire life, thought I will not have a career. There was never a moment in my childhood or in my teens or post-teens that I ever thought I will not pursue a career. So my success is not necessarily a great surprise to me, between brackets. It wasn't a surprise, because I mean, you know, I always thought I think that I could excel in something. I always wanted to do architecture, but I could have done something else. That, I mean, I couldn't guarantee it. I didn't inherit a business, you know. It was just, I always knew that if you put me a mind to it and you work hard, you eventually get there. It might be a long road, you know.
It seems you were so attached to your father, late Muhammad Hadid. Would you like to talk about this aspect of your life? Personally, I would like you to.
I mean, I was very close to both my parents, you know, and my father was just a very special person. I mean, you know, he was very liberal, very progressive. I mean, he was not necessarily unconservative in certain aspects, but I think that he was all traditional. But he really, I think both my parents, and particularly my father, gave me tremendous courage. I really think that people can achieve more if they are confident. Even if you're not necessarily that great, if you think you can get past certain things, I think you will achieve more. And I think that parents, I really think that the key to everything is education, you know. And I think education, not only in the terms of bookworm education, but how much you are, you observe through life, how much you see through, you learn through people, whether you travel, what you observe. I really think it's the key to everything, you know, and that gives you confidence to tackle the next thing. And of course, you know, parents give you love and affection, and all that adds up to, you know, to be less messed up than you can. And also, I mean, I think they supported through my education abroad. I you know, wanted to go here, I wanted to go there. You know, I didn't always, I mean, I wanted to do architecture, but I wasn't sure. And I think they supported me a great deal. I mean, I was coming to London. I remember being 16 years old, and the whole family was discussing in Salford, you know, and
your future.
My future, because I wanted to do architecture, and we thought I was crazy. And so my brother decided that I should become, my brothers teased me a lot, which, you know, made me maybe tougher. So they said, you know, we have an idea for you. You could go and study architecture in Russia, because I wasn't sure where to go. And then they said, we have a better idea. You can become Iraq's first woman astronaut. Yeah. So of course, I mean, I didn't have much sense of humor as a kid. I mean, 15 years old, 16 years old.
It's good when you say, you know, it's an idea, it's a suggestion, not an order.
No,
sometimes, traditions, you know,
nobody there really. My brothers, you know, I lived in London, they never interfered in my life. You know, I mean, I think that the family all, you know, had enough kind of confidence in me that I would behave myself, behave well, not do silly things. And, you know, and of course that's also an incredible burden, because then you have to behave yourself all the time. And I was always really quite wild as a child. I mean, I wasn't kind of a conformist, let's say, which, you know, of course through that I paid a high price, because if you don't, you know, people don't want people to behave in a different way. If people like to everybody to behave the same way, you know, it's kind of a military academy sensibility, that you behave well in certain ways. You are a nice girl, especially. I mean, you know, you obey orders. You don't say funny things. You know.
But you know, sometimes it's good to do some silly things, no?
No, I agree. I mean, I think that. Well, it's very. I always did what I wanted. You know, I mean, it used to freak everybody out because I would dress funny. I would do funny things. I mean, nobody could believe the things I did. But nobody, I mean, my brothers never really, ever told me I shouldn't do that. You know, they might think so. They might have thought, but they never entered my life. So I'm very grateful to them, because they gave me tremendous freedom to pursue what I wanted. I mean, I think that they were all maybe intrigued and mystified by what I wanted to do, and they let me run to see where it will take me.
How do you find the work of the Iraqi, Rifat al-Jazirji, for instance?
I think he was a very talented guy, but I don't like the work which he did later in time. I think his early work was interesting when it was kind of a very modest scale. I don't believe in the folklore aspect of the Islamic architecture.
What about the Jordanian Rasim Badran?
I don't like his work.
What about the Egyptian Hassan Fathi?
It's irrelevant, because it's mud houses. I mean, you don't want to live in one of those houses.
So, from what you just said, I understand that you don't back up the people or those who try to preserve the heritage,
I think
the old architecture, the old houses, the old buildings.
No, I don't mind. I'm not against preservation. Only would serve the purpose. I don't think you preserve it just because it's old. Not everything old is good.
But it's a culture by itself.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that.
They are not only souvenirs or memories.
I think that in some cases it's souvenirs.
That's what you say.
It's not. This should not be it. I mean, I'm sorry. It means that the Islamic world could never progress because they believe in their heritage. I mean, how are they going to move on?
But Zaha Hadid, we know very well, you know, that your first projects and even, you know, some of the recent ones are not applicable, cannot be constructed.
No, of course they can.
All of them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time a project is done with the top engineers in the world, and there's no reason. It's only, you know, bloody-mindedness or stubbornness or economy maybe, or psychological. They cannot be achieved through that.
But they're not all functional.
They're all functional.
زها حديد، أنا بتشكرك الحقيقة لهاللقاء وهالحوار الشيق. أنا استمتعت بمحاورتك وأنت دائما متأهبة إلى مطلق أي سؤال، ودائما أجوبتك فيها شيء من الرصانة وفيها شيء من الهجومية، لكن الهجومية الناعمة والمحببة. بتحبي تختمي هاللقاء على ذوقك، بتحبي تقولي شيء بنهاية هاللقاء باللغة العربية؟
No, just thanks.
شكرا.
أنا بقوله بالعربي، اللبناني بقولوا ميرسي.
بس؟ زها حديد، شكرا أصدقائي المشاهدين، شكرا لمتابعتكم، شكرا لوفائكم لهذا البرنامج. كنا من لندن العاصمة البريطانية بلقاء شيق وسريع مع المهندسة المعمارية العالمية زها حديد. بلتقي فيكم الأسبوع المقبل بنفس الوقت، خليكم معنا وتصبحوا على خير.